What's up guys, I'm Jonny May from Piano with Jonny and welcome to the key of B flat major lesson where you're going to learn everything you need to know about the key of B flat major. And if you want to play songs in B flat or you want to read chords in B flat, this is the lesson for you. Guys, in today's lesson, you're going to learn the B flat major scale in both hands. We're going to talk about the fingering, strategies for practice. We're going to talk about playing in multiple octaves. I'm going to teach you the chords in B flat, what we call the diatonic chords. I'm going to teach you the most common chord progressions in this key. We're going to talk about various ways that you can jam out on the chords. And then I'm going to teach you an original tune called PWJ Avenue. It's a super fun tune in the key of B flat where we're going to use the notes from the B flat scale and the B flat chords. Check out the tune you're going to learn by the end of this lesson. Super fun little song, and we're going to be applying the elements from this lesson to actually create a tune that you can share for your family and friends. Now in this preview course, you're going to learn a portion of the lesson, and you can find the full-length course at pianowithjonny.com. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, let's dive in and talk about the key of B flat major. And the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to learn the B flat major scale. I say this in pretty much all the lessons here, but if you really want to be comfortable in a key, you should always start with this scale because most chords that you're going to play, if you're playing a song in the key of B flat, use notes from the B flat major scale. If you're playing a melody in the key of B flat, you're mostly going to see these melody notes. So it's very important to always start with the scale, okay? We're going to start with the right hand. Now, before I teach you the scale, let's just talk about the scale. What is the B flat major scale? And the B flat major scale is unique because it has two flats, okay? The two flats are B flat and E flat, meaning instead of playing a B, you play the B flat. Instead of playing an E, you play an E flat. Does that make sense? All of the other notes are going to be white notes, okay? Now we can move to the what's called the key signature, which is right here, and this tells you you're in the key of B flat because we've got a flat on the B line and a flat on the E line. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you ever see these two flats, that means you're in the key of B flat major. Okay, let's talk about the B flat major scale. We're going to do the right hand first. Let me play the scale for you and we'll break it down, okay? It's a pretty easy scale. That's your B flat major scale. Okay, go ahead and play along with me. We're going to put our forefinger, our ring finger on the B flat, just below middle C. This red dot here is a reference for middle C. So go finger 4 on the B flat, and then we're going to walk this scale up immediately with the cross under to the C with the thumb. You see that? So starting on finger 4, got the cross under to the thumb on C. Then we're going to go D, E flat, okay, just using the rest of our fingers. Okay, that's the 2 to the 3 finger. Cross under, thumb to F, okay? And then we finish the scale G, A, and B flat with the ring finger on B flat, okay? Let's do that again. That's B flat major scale, starting on the forefinger, walking up thumb, 2, 3, thumb under to F, 2, 3, and B flat, okay? B flat major scale, not too hard to play. And I just recommend practicing this coming up and getting nice and comfortable with those crossing under points, okay? Remember the thumb crosses under to the C and to the F, and that's going to be your target on your thumb going up the scale, okay? Now, what you want to do is speed this up. Each time playing the scale, a little bit faster, okay? And as you're playing, guys, and I say this in all of our lessons on keys, but you really want the scale to be smooth, meaning you don't want to hear a gap between the B flat and the C, and the E flat and the F, meaning where that thumb comes under, you want to connect the notes. We call this legato in music, where they're smoothly connected, and you want this sense when you're playing the scale that all of the notes are connected to each other. Okay, and as you're practicing this, you want to lean that wrist to the right. That really helps you maneuver up the piano and sort of guide your hand up the piano. By the way, look at my position. I'm sitting up nice and straight, okay? My shoulders are nice and relaxed. You don't want to have tense shoulders. If you're playing with those tense shoulders, relax your shoulders. Make sure your elbows are to your sides. You don't want to have the elbows out here. And make sure you've got nice curvature to your fingers, okay? We never want to play with flat fingers because when you play with flat fingers, you cannot cross under your fingers. That's why we want this curvature so so that when you play a scale like this, you can cross under with the thumb. So make sure you have a really nice position, sitting up nice and straight, because our bodies support our hands. Okay, let's go ahead and play the B flat scale coming down. We've played it up, and now we come down 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to cross over finger 3 to E flat, and then all the way down to the B flat on finger 4. Okay, let's do it again, starting on finger 4, coming down, finger 3 on E flat, and finger 4 ends on the B flat. Okay, and you can practice this again and again, coming down, working on those crossover points. You want that finger 3 to go nice and smoothly to the E flat, and the finger 4 comes smoothly to the B flat. Okay? Once you start feeling comfortable, put the scales together. We'll come up and down. Okay? And that is a 1 octave approach practicing your skill. I highly encourage you to just focus on this and get nice and comfortable walking up and walking down and sort of just knowing what to do with your fingers, right? We want to build this into our muscle memory, that when you're coming up, the 3rd finger is on E flat, and when you're coming down, the 3rd finger is on E flat. Does that make sense? And this is very helpful. As you start practicing these scales, you look for target notes, okay? And the target notes are usually notes that you cross over or you cross under too, okay? So coming down, the 4 is on the B flat, the 3 is on the E flat. The 4 is on the B flat, the 3 is on the E flat. Does that help? Okay. And that will really help you. Guys, that's the B flat major scale. I want to make one more note, and that is the starting note. Generally, it's best to use the 4th finger on the B flat as a starting note. And the reason is because when you get to the top of the scale, the 4 lines up with the B flat. In fact, when you do multiple octaves, the 4 will always be on the B flat, but you could start on finger 3. If you really wanted to, you could pick 2 or 3 and then cross under that. But again, 4 is the better one, just to reinforce this idea that the 4th finger is always playing on the B flat. Okay, you're doing a great job. Let's move on to the left-hand fingering for B flat major. Again, guys, we're doing 1 octave right now, and then we'll approach multiple octaves here in just a minute. Okay, let's play the B flat scale on the left hand. Here it is. Okay, so what we're doing is starting on finger 3 on the B flat. Okay, go ahead and play with me. 3, 2, 1. That's B flat, C, D. Cross over finger 4 to E flat. You see that? And then we go 3, 2, 1. That's F, A, G. And then we end on finger 3. Okay, does that make sense? We'll do it one more time. Finger 3 on the B flat. Walk up to D. Finger 4 on that E flat. Okay, and we walk up the scale, and finger 3 on the B flat. Okay, now you might be noticing, Johnny, in the right hand, the finger 4 is on the B flat, and the finger 3 is on the E flat. Well, now it's opposite, right? In the left hand, the finger 3 is on the B flat, and the finger 4 is on the E flat. Okay, it can be a little bit confusing. In fact, this is one of the more confusing scales for students because you have this reversal in the fingers. So just want to make a note of that. Okay. But you'll get it eventually, okay? Let's do it again all the way up. B flat, C, D, finger 4, and then you're up to B flat with finger 3, okay? And you just want to practice this again and again, speeding it up each time. Notice I'm playing it faster and faster each time, and I'm really striving for smoothness. You want all of those notes to connect to one another. You don't want it to be like, you know, or have little, you kind of like, you hear that little jump there? Ba-da-da, ba-da. Here there's like a little gap. You don't want that. Okay? That's B flat major scale. And the same thing I recommended earlier, sort of leaning that wrist, okay? In the whatever direction you're going. If you're going up, leaning to the right, and then coming down and leaning to the left. Okay. By the way, going back to position here, you'll notice that my elbows are relatively level with the keys. This is really good position. If you're sitting too low and you're bending your wrist up like that, that's not any good. And if you're sitting way up high and you're kind of playing down like this, you don't want a bend there in your wrist. You want that nice, even levelness to your arm. Okay, great job, guys. Let's go down on the B flat scale. Okay, we came up and then come down. You go thumb, 2, 3, 4 on E flat, cross under to D, and then index on C, 3rd finger on B flat. Okay, we'll do it once more coming down. Start on the B flat, go to the thumb on A. Okay, that's a cross under. Then you're going to go G, F, E flat, all the fingers, Now you're on finger 4, cross under to D, thumb, and C, B flat. Hey guys, this is the conclusion of the preview course. If you want the full-length lesson, you can get it at pianowithjonny.com, and we actually have a whole series of courses where I teach you every single key. I walk you through the key, the scale, the chords, the chord progressions, a performance piece. So we have a whole curriculum where you can learn the piano, as well as many other songs and styles. We have lessons in jazz, blues, boogie-woogie, ragtime, pop, funk, improv, and many other styles. Also be sure to check out the Piano with Jonny membership. You guys get access to all of our video lessons as a Piano with Jonny member. You also get to be part of the Piano with Jonny community. This is a private, exclusive group of piano players who are here to motivate and encourage each other along the journey. Also, as a member, you get to be part of our live events. We do a live Q&A every single month. We do a live workshop, and we have a ton of fun. It's an amazing community, so be sure to check it out. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next course.